All right, guys, welcome to Short Form Academy. Very excited for this. This is V3 of SFA. So we've gone through a lot of iteration, making sure this is the best program for short form video. Very excited to dive into this. In this first video, I just want to go through program goals. So I'll talk about the mission that we're working on here, the program goals. In this intro, we're kind of going to step through an overview of everything you're going to get. So curriculum, all the perks you have, how to access everything, the exact step-by-step system for how you should walk through this program and everything. So a lot of your questions will be answered after this first module. But if you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment or shoot me a message directly. All right, so let's hop into it. First, we'll go with the program goals. So overall, what is the mission here? The mission of this program, very simply, is to help you build a social media content machine. My goal is to help you as a business owner build a factory where you put time in one side and you get social media content out the other that actually drives leads and sales for your business. So what does that look like? A, we want to unlock the expertise that you have vaulted in your brain. B, we want to help you build a high value personal brand so that people come in, see you, trust you, and ultimately buy your products and services. C, we want to help you generate consistent on target traffic. Obviously that's getting views and putting people through the funnel. And then lastly, we want to help you turn that free attention into an evergreen lead machine that just continues to churn customers for your business. That's the goal, right? Take the expertise out, help you build a personal brand, drive traffic from that content, and then get people down the funnel. That's ultimately what we're looking to do here. Now, my only goal in this program is to help you be successful on social media. I will do everything I possibly can to make this successful for you. But on your side, what do you need to do to make it successful? What does success look like? It looks like this. Number one, you're posting videos consistently. And that looks like a minimum of 3 posts per week, but really you should be up towards 5 or 7 posts per week, even more if you can. The more you post, the faster you'll grow, the more traffic you'll get, the better you'll do. It's very simple. I can't press post for you. So number one, you have to be posting videos consistently. Number two, you really want to try to get better with each rep, incrementally improving rep to rep. It's not enough to just post 7 times a week if you're not getting better, because if those first posts don't work, we're not actually moving towards the goal. So posting a lot, getting better with each rep as much as we can, and I'm going to help you with that in this program. 3, you're successfully funneling the on-target traffic that you're getting from social media into a lead magnet, product, service, or offer. This is a big reason why people that get a lot of views don't ultimately make money on social media. They're not funneling the traffic anywhere. So if you're a business owner and you want to build this money machine, what success really looks like is taking that traffic and funneling it to something, lead magnet or direct to the product or service. We'll talk about how to do that later in the program. And then number 4, very simply, you never stop posting. If you post a lot, you get better from rep to rep, you drive that traffic somewhere where they can ultimately transact, and you don't stop, you really cannot lose when it comes to social media. That's the beauty of content. Now, for clarity, when I say social media, just to make sure everyone gets on the same page, this program you're watching here applies to growing on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, or YouTube Shorts. This is any social media platform where you can post short form videos. This is the Short Form Video Academy. Short form videos are the fastest way to grow on those platforms. This is really not for X or Threads. You can post short form there, but that's really not the main primary medium for growth. And then this is also not YouTube long form. If you're looking for YouTube long form, I have a different program for that. We can connect you there, but this is really short form video meant to grow on these platforms. Now, in this academy, this is really important. We're not primarily focused on vanity metrics like views, likes, or followers. You're going to get a lot of those as a byproduct of posting good content, but that's really not what we're focused on. What we're focused on is consistently making content above a minimum viable quality bar that turns attention into dollars. If you focus on the inputs, getting the videos better and just posting them, I promise you the results of dollars, leads, and sales out the other side will come. We're not obsessed with chasing vanity metrics because that will lead us down the wrong path where dollars do not live. Very important. I'll explain that as we go through these first couple modules. Views and followers at the highest level is not what you're going for. You're really going for dollars per view. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, this is one of the most common misconceptions that people get tripped up on. I like to talk about this early because you want to reframe your expectations. Most people think that they want a big following. They see influencers, they hear influencers, they think following equals dollars. That's not the case. What people actually want, if you're a real business owner, is you want an efficient money machine that takes time in and prints dollars out at the most efficient level. That's what you really want. Followers is actually not the metric that judges that. So I don't want to go too deep into that right now, but it's really critical that if you've tried to build on social before and you failed, you were probably optimizing for the wrong thing. So we're going to get into all that in the program, but just keep that in mind. My goal is to help you build this money machine. The least amount of time in for the most amount of dollars out. That's what I'm going for. All right, now let's shift to just some quick expectation setting around results. As I mentioned before, you really can't fail with content unless you quit. And so the reason people quit is because their expectations are here and the reality is here. They feel like they can't close the gap, and so they quit because it feels insurmountable. If you just set your expectations the right way initially, you won't quit and you will win. So let's just go through a few things on this to help you set those expectations better. All right, the first one is social media is a marathon, not a sprint. So this program was specifically designed to help you win. I've tried pretty much every model when it comes to coaching, done for you, consulting. I've tried everything to help somebody close the gap on social media. This model is the most efficient and the most successful. Here's how it works. I tell you what to do. You do it. You make a piece of content. You bring it to me that week. I review it live and say, change this, change that, change this. You then make the next one better, and you do that until you feel like there's nothing else left to learn. If you do that, you will win. So because it's set up like this, I would set your expectations that you're going to want to stay in SFA for at least 6 months. We've had people that have been in for over 12 months because it's so helpful to get that iterative feedback. If you follow everything that I've broken down in the curriculum, you apply significant effort, and you actively participate in the community feedback sessions. You come to the calls, I review your videos, you ask me questions back and forth, and you apply what I say. You should expect to be in a great position in 6 months. The goal here is to build a social media content machine that churns out winning videos consistently. I've said that several times already. Now, this machine is not going to be built overnight. If you've never gone to the gym and I said go to the gym one day and you expect to have a six-pack, that's ridiculous. This is the same thing here. When I say 6 months, that it's going to take 6 months, what I really mean is 100 videos posted. That's 4 to 5 videos per week for 24 weeks. That's what 100 videos is. If you post less than 4 to 5 videos per week, then this arc of 6 months is going to take longer because it's not really about time, it's about volume. So my recommendation is to try to get to 100 reps with my help, and after 100 reps, you can graduate out. Time is not the constraint. Volume with iteration, help from someone that knows what they're doing to help you iterate faster, is the main constraint. So that's how I would set your expectations. It's going to take 6 months, it's going to take 100 reps, and I would stay in the program for that period. Now, by the end of this program, by the end of that arc, you will have everything you need to build a system for posting at least 5 high-quality short-form videos per week that you feel confident and proud of. If you stay here for 100 reps and you work with me directly and you listen to what I say, you will be in a great spot when you graduate out. Now, legally, I can't guarantee that you're going to be printing money, but you'll be in a great spot. Traction is going to vary and come as a function of your ability to A, post, and B, get better between reps. That's just what it comes down to. Now, from experience, we've had people ask, like, how long is this going to take? What are these things, right? I already talked about 6 months and 100 reps. Let me just break this down for you into 3 phases of how I would anchor my expectations according to different time. So phase 1 is, let's say, your first to third month. And again, this is tied to reps. It's going to be your first 50 reps. This is what I call the skill development phase. So in the first 3 months, your first 50 reps, expect to see extreme skill development and increasing traction. So this first period, if you've never posted before, if you've never made content before, this is the hardest period, but it's the most important because you're going to lay the bedrock foundational skills that you build everything on top of. We're going to stack those skills and we're going to make reps at an aggressive pace during this time. Now, roughly, depending on the type of person and depending on the niche, you should expect to see anywhere between 2,000 and 5,000 qualified views per video by the end of this period. So to be explicit, on your 50th rep or around that time, you should expect to be averaging between 2,000 and 5,000 views if you do everything I say. Some are going to significantly exceed this much faster. Some will be behind it. On average, this is about where you'll be in the first wave. Now, the second phase is months 4 to 6. This is what I call the systems development phase. The first phase was skill development. Now we're on to systems development. This is going to be your next 50 videos. So at this point, you're going 51 to 100 in terms of the reps you're making. Now at this phase, you will have built the foundational skills already and begin experiencing meaningful traffic for your business. This is really the phase where you start noticing things like really clicking because you've got all the foundational stuff out of the way and now you know what you're doing. Now, roughly at the end of this phase, around your 100th video or so, you should expect to be seeing, let's say, 10 to 20,000 qualified views per video, right? And again, it's tied to reps. It's not at 6 months, I'm going to be getting 20,000 views. It's at my 100th rep. And that's because your skills will follow the amount of reps you make. Again, some people will significantly exceed this depending on the niche. We've had people get millions of views in the first couple weeks, couple months, but like the average person is going to be around this 10 to 20K depending on the niche at 100 reps. With the right offer, and the right funnels on the back end, which we'll show you how to do on the funnels, this is all you need to grow a high 6-figure, low 7-figure business from social media. You don't really need more views than this. Most people want more views. Most people's ego want more views, but you don't actually need more views than this. So this is kind of phase number 2, systems development. Now, phase 3 is month 7 to 12. So like I said, the base transformation is going to take 6 months. You got phase 1, skills building. You got phase 2, systems building. Now you go into phase 3, which is month 7 to 12. This is what I call compounding and scale. After 6 months of consistent effort, you got 100 videos in the bank and now you're going, you will deeply understand how to win on social media and you will have a lead gen engine that is producing meaningful results. Of course, you have to have an offer aligned and the funnel built, but if you have all that and the traffic can go somewhere and people can convert, you will have a meaningful lead engine. For those that want to continue in the SFA program beyond the first 6 months, you will continue to work with us every single week to refine the system, to refine your videos. We'll give you more targeted feedback and we will help compound your growth. As I mentioned, we've had members that have stayed with us for longer than 12 months because when they get to that 6-month mark and things really start working, they realize that we can add more gas and help them compound faster. The people that have stayed with us the longest and have posted the most have done the best. And there's no real secret why. It's because we know what we're doing and give you the right feedback. So if you want to stay in the program longer than 6 months, you can totally do that. You can lock in the rate that you have right now. And after 12 months of working with us, you should expect to see somewhere in the 20,000 qualified views per video range, right? So that'll be around your 200th rep. You're going to be around 20,000 views. Again, some are higher, some are lower, depends on the niche. Some niches are not that big, so you may not ever need to get this big. But if you say working with us this whole time, this is around the range I would expect to be. With the right offer and the funnels in place from the traffic, which again, we'll show you how to do, this is really all you need to build a low to mid 7-figure business. Now, again, I can caveat all day long. These estimates are average. Certain people are going to unlock life-changing lead gen in just 20 videos. For others, it may take 200. The reality is, and I'll say this over and over, success is not really about your time commitment measured in weeks or months. It's all about the output volume measured in the number of videos you post and then the magnitude or the distance of learning between those reps. If you post more and you get better faster between those reps, you win quicker. If you post less and you get better a smaller amount or not better between reps, you win slower. It really is as simple as that. If you want to grow faster, you simply post more times per week and compress the learning loop. The beauty is it's very simple. It's not easy, but it's very simple. And if you work with us, we can help you compress that learning loop as much as possible. Now, the ranges of the views that I would expect people to see at the 50 posts, 100 posts, and 200 post mark that I just mentioned, those are all based on a variety of factors like natural ability, focus, work ethic, coachability, niche size. It's a soup of things that determine how successful you are, how quickly, right? So I just want to caveat all this. Every single person is not going to have the same results, but the factor you can control is the number of times you post and how much better you get between reps. Do not expect this to be an easy game. It is a game of endurance, but once you do solve it, it will feel like a snowball rolling downhill and it will feel unfair with the amount of lead gen that it drives. All right, that's all I want to say in this video. Again, welcome to the program. Let's go to the next one.